Okay, the first matter is, are we ready to go on the record first?
Yep, ready, Judge.
Okay. The first matter is People versus Dustin Brian Williams, people of the city of Manistee. This is file number 2104067. Mr. Williams, please state your full name.
Dustin Brian Williams.
Is your mailing address 427 Elger Avenue, Manistee?
No, I moved to 339 Schoolcraft Avenue, Manistee.
Thank you. What is your date of birth, sir?
6/27/1995.
Mr. Williams, the city attorney has filed a complaint against you that charges that on or about April 15, 2021, in the city of Manistee, Schoolcraft County, Michigan, you did in violation of Manistee Ordinance 22-22, subparagraph 1. You stored, accumulated, or permitted the storage of junk on the premises owned, leased, rented, or otherwise occupied by you. This is a misdemeanor. It carries a maximum punishment of up to 90 days in the county jail and a fine of up to $500. Do you understand the charge and the possible maximum penalties?
Your Honor, Mr. Williams has already been arraigned on this charge. The case was set for pretrial on the date when he failed to appear. So for today, he's appearing on his bench warrant.
All right.
And I notified Mr. Plakowski that he would be here today, but Mr. Plakowski didn't appearing apparently. So
I haven't seen him.
yeah, so we're unable to conduct the pretrial. We do think that we have this matter resolved. And so if the court would just set a date, another date for a pretrial, I think we can get it taken care of.
Do you know if there's a plea offer in the case? Excuse me.
The offer is to dismiss the case if the premises are cleaned up satisfactorily.
Has that been accomplished yet?
Yeah, we think that that's been accomplished, but the officer who needs to check that isn't on duty, and so we'll have to wait until that officer comes back on duty to check it and report back to Mr. Plakowski.
Very well.
Mr. Williams did turn himself in on the warrant. He would indicate that it was unintentional because of his change of address and because he was working out of town. He didn't get the notice for the prior pretrial on the 23rd.
All right. The court will dismiss the bench warrant on that proffer. It's important, Mr. Williams, that you keep the court advised of any change of address while this case is pending, because we will be sending any further notices to the address at 339 Schoolcraft Avenue unless you indicate to the court otherwise. Also, how much time do you need to get a response from the city attorney regarding the satisfactory nature of the settlement of this case?
I would think that we would have that within a week or within a week. I believe the officer's back on duty today, but I don't know if she'll get to it right away.
I hesitate to put it on the schedule for a pretrial if it's going to be dismissed anyway, but we have to set it for something. So if you'll let the court know as soon as possible the resolution, if that does occur, and then we'll have to set it for pretrial in the meantime. Anything further we can accomplish at this time on this matter?
On this matter, thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go, Mr. Williams. Next matter is People of the State versus Dustin Donald Bryant. This is ticket number, or excuse me, file number 2107111. Please state your full name, sir.
My name is Dustin Donald Bryant.
Is your mailing address still 7485 Brown Road, Manistee?
Yes, it is.
What is your date of birth?
Date of birth is February 19th, 1996.
Mr. Bryant, the citation charges that on or about July 14th, 2021, in the Hiawatha Township of Schoolcraft County, Michigan, and count one, you did operate a motor vehicle while your operator's license was suspended or revoked. That's a misdemeanor that carries up to 93 days in the county jail, a fine of up to $500, and the Secretary of State could take further action against your ability to obtain a valid driver's license. Do you understand that charge and the possible maximum penalties?
Yes, I do.
Count two, states on the same date and location, you did operate a motor vehicle in a willful, wanton disregard for the safety of persons or property contrary to law, and that was in a public highway or a place open to the parking of motor vehicles. That is a misdemeanor known as reckless driving. It carries a maximum punishment of up to 93 days in the county jail, and fine of up to $500, points against your driver's license, and the Secretary of State could take action against your driver's license or your ability to obtain one. Do you understand that charge and the possible maximum penalties?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
For these charges, you have a number of rights. Did you receive the advice of rights form today?
Yes, I did.
Did you read and understand all the rights listed on that form?
Yes, I did.
And did you sign and date it?
Yes.
To these charges, you have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute and say nothing at all. If you plead not guilty or stand mute, I'll set the matter for further proceedings and a trial. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all the rights listed on the advice of rights form, and there will not be a trial of any kind. If you are on probation or parole for any offense, a guilty plea could be a violation of that probation or parole. Also, if you plead guilty, you'll be giving up the right to have a lawyer to represent you. And if you want one at public expense, the court would appoint the Schoolcraft County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And Ms. Denholm is available if you wish to consult with her about how you want to proceed. Ms. Denholm, do you know how Mr. Bryant wishes to proceed at this time?
Mr. Bryant will stand mute today.
Thank you. The court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. We'll set the matter for pretrial. Are you requesting court-appointed attorney, Mr. Bryant?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please fill out the application for court-appointed attorney. If you're qualified for court-appointed attorney, the court will appoint Ms. Denholm to represent you. Also, it'll be your obligation to stay in contact with her just as if you hired her. If you change your mailing address, you must notify the court immediately. Anything further at this time, Ms. Denholm?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Court will be in recess at this time.
Thank you.